This shit keeps sending me.
You might make $15,000 from 1 million views. If you do pranks and IRLs, the chances are you're probably in the mid-range, 3 to 5,000. It's a huge behemoth of a difference. There's no way to just snipe it. You just have to account for the variables. I haven't looked at chat all stream. I could be getting cooked. Am I getting cooked?
Don't let HMR.
I don't know. I never know what to say.
Don't let HMR see this.
Oh, what chat saying?
Yeah.
They're just freaking out at how much money you made and how much money you spent.
I know. I tell y'all niggas think I'm Mr. Beast, but I did that trying to put as much back into it as I can. Every once in a while, I get myself fried, you know? But depends on RPM. You're right, but the RPM is the range. That's what I'm talking about. You know, finance niggas get a higher one, prank niggas get a lower one. So I want y'all to take a look at this cheat sheet. What you need to understand about pocket watching is that it's all variable. You'll make, hold on, quiet down. You'll make more money in September than you will in February. It's true. So but that has to be accounted. Maybe you had a peak month. You can't say a nigga makes that every month. Maybe you had a bad month. You can't say a nigga makes that every month. It's impossible. So you have to account for all the variables. There's a lot. What ad rate they run, right? Even the length of their YouTube videos, because you could fit more ads in a longer YouTube video. That's why a lot of people run them VOD channels, because it's an 8-hour video, bro. You could span that bitch with ads. Like, there's so many variables that this should give you a baseline. If you see a nigga with 2,000 live viewers and you looking at his streaming, like he's probably running about half ads, you can calculate them, watch for an hour, see how much ads he's running. You can find out exactly how much that nigga makes. All right, man, now it's y'all turn to try, right? Let's give it a shot before I do it myself. Get in groups of 2. Pocket watch. So all of that to say, it's just a formula. You have the cheat sheet. Just pace it. If there's getting 2,000 concurrent viewers, the metric is there for 1,000. Scale it up. Do a little bit of quick math, man. I think there's a lot of money in content.
AJ,
Yeah.
I just pocket watched Talib, and I'll tell you guys how.
Tell me how much you made.
So Talib has a secret TikTok account. So that TikTok account, Talib posts 6 times a day.
Damn. 1 minute long?
He makes from that in a month. He makes $134,400 in 1 month off TikTok. He has Snapchat. He posts 23 times a day because he likes LeBron. So when he goes to Twitter, he makes $35,000 a month. And then from Twitch, I didn't make $240K a month.
I love that initiative. Let's clap it up for him. No cap though. Deadass, that's how easy it is. Like you kind of have a lot of what I do is based on like what I'm hearing and even what I'm making, I can base it off of that. But you have the knowledge now, like you can pocket watch whoever you want to. I also want to say like, there's a lot of money in content now, and that's a lot of the reason why people are getting into content. Those are frauds, okay? A lot of you people here, the reason why you got here is because you genuinely enjoy creating content, that you're a creative, and that you want to see your ideas become reality. And so don't lose sight of the creative aspect because you're too busy chasing money, but don't lose sight of the money because you're too busy trying to be creative. At the end of the day, it's hand in hand. Your ability to do both is your ability to operate and execute. Most dudes, before we head out, first thing you gotta do is bet on yourself. If you're afraid to do the idea because you think it might backfire, you don't believe in yourself. That doesn't mean take dumb risks, all right? Some of my risks, as I showed you, did not pay off financially, but it paid off for me, it fulfilled me as a content creator. So once you start to generate more, work with that. Work with that. That's your operating budget. Now you have an opportunity to cook a little bit more. Help grow your stream. I think consistency is important. In my third class on Sunday, I'm gonna get more into strategy on how to grow as a streamer and stuff I learned.
That's
stuff
what I
like
need
that.
to listen
and
to.
I also want it to be cooperative.
That's
Like,
what I
there's
need to
things
listen to.
other people learn. We're gonna share it as a class so we all learn. But for today, I'm really just focused on the pocket watching aspect. Bet on yourself, bro. If you don't believe in yourself, who the f will? Hey, the purpose of this talk was I kind of wanted it to be funny, like packaging-wise, pocket watching. But I hope you at least learned like one thing that can help you make a little bit more money, bro. Deadass. I hope you did. Appreciate y'all, man.
Bro, I need to find. No. Fuck that, nigga. That you dropped too many gems. You dropped way too many gems. I gotta find out. Where's the part 2? Where's the part 2 at for this? Part 2 is teaching my final. This nigga be dropping. Teaching my final class. Teaching my first class. Teaching my final class. Here it is. Chat, I'm not gonna lie to y'all right now. I've been watching him for probably the past 30 minutes, bro. And I've been studying this YouTube shit, and I've been really, really focusing on YouTube. Now, most of y'all know that I am a photographer and I am a videographer, but my heart and my passion is into content. I love creating content. It's so fun, and it's something I've been doing since I was a kid. Not on this, I haven't taken it this serious, but like I've always wanted to do content. I've always wanted to do YouTube, and now God has put me in a position in my life to where I don't have to work a 9-to-5. I'm not knocking it at all, but I can work for myself and I can do what I enjoy doing. I'm really trying to lock in with this YouTube and this IRL stream, y'all. So with that being said, I've just been studying, and this is me just reacting to what Agent's talking about, because I watched the first video, which I didn't include in this video, but this is the second part of the video. The first video was absolutely amazing. Now listen, if you haven't watched the first video of him teaching his Streamer University class, I highly suggest you go and watch the first video. But this is the second video to it, and when I tell y'all, I'm excited to jump into it, because honestly, I just feel like he dropped the first video was just nothing but gems, and let's just jump straight into it, y'all. I wish I got invited to Streamer University just to learn, bro. Like,
Time for class, man. What up, class? Ray, get off the board. Hey, if you just came in, take a seat, take a seat. It's gonna be a good class if you guys really wanna learn. I'm excited, bro. I'm really excited. I hope you guys take something away from this. So look, today's class is gonna be dope. I'm really excited because we learn so much creating content, and rarely do you get a chance to share it. We all have learned something from the videos that we've created. So I'm gonna share what I've learned. At any point, you guys can also try and share what you've learned. Take something away from what I'm about to say. There's gonna be some gems that's gonna help you elevate your content, no matter what type of content you do, okay? Type of I am, man. I like to start my classes with a little pop quiz. With a pop quiz, man. So we're gonna pass around some papers and just answer them honestly. It's okay if you're wrong. We're gonna help answer some of those questions by the end of this class. So chat, just so you guys can see the pop quiz. It's pretty simple. What is the best stream camera?
oh, I would ace this cat. I would ace this test easily.
Yo, Ray. University to learn. Or did you every answer?
Come on, let's jump
So
straight
look,
into it.
for the pop quiz, on question 1, if you wrote A, Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, you are correct. You are 100% correct. It's way better. If you do phone streams, it is. Sony A9 is a photography camera, Ray. You wrote the Sony A9. That is a photography camera that from 5 years ago, my nigga. It's a $6,000 photography camera. It is not the best for streaming. For B, if you wrote For 2, if you wrote B, you are correct. If you wrote B, you are correct. 50 is the minimum viewers if you want to do it full time. You just have
50 is the minimum
You just have
viewers?
to optimize the 50. So just because your viewership is not.
So if you want to become a pad affiliate, y'all, what he's saying is 50 is 50 is what you have to have, is one step of having to, sorry y'all, to get pad affiliate on Twitch.
Sky high doesn't mean it's not possible to do it full time. It just means you have to optimize the 50. For question number 3, if you wrote C, watch time is the most important metric, you are correct.
Watch time.
That's law, YouTube law. Watch time is king. 4, if you wrote concurrent viewers A, you are correct.
I wish he was saying
Pay
question.
attention. Okay, I want to do some basics because there's gonna be some smaller streamers in here, but it's gonna be a lot of stuff that's not basic. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask. I'll call you when I have a chance. Depending on your budget, okay, I want to say you could stream with anything. You could do a desktop stream with a fucking laptop webcam. On God, it doesn't matter, bro. Many of the biggest streamers from like Aiden, Kai, they all use simple cameras. Just like it could be grainy shit, it doesn't matter. People do not value quality when it comes to, if you stream in 4K.
I ain't gonna lie, that's one thing I had to learn. Like, I always wanted the best camera. I always wanted the top tier tech. When y'all really, if you just starting out on this shit, you really don't need that. And me doing it for the past 2 years, like, I've noticed that. So now I'm not, like, when I first started doing this, bro, I was buying, like, I was going crazy. Like, my wife was like, babe, you need to slow down. Like, you're spending way too much money on tech. Like, I was just going crazy. But now I'm noticing, like, I just kind of laid back from that and just had what I had work. So if that's an iPhone that you have, bro, make this shit work. I have 2 phones. Make this shit work. If you want to stream IRL, if you have a laptop, make whatever you have work. You don't have to have the highest tech thing, y'all. I learned that personally, and I put myself in a lot of debt trying to do that. Now that I'm out of debt, but still, like, make that shit work.
You won't get a single additional viewer as a result. I really want to clarify that because some people feel like the tech is what holds them back. If you're at a $1,000 budget, the S25 Ultra is the best. I think it's a little more than $1,000, but for a $1,000 budget. For a 2.5, it's going to be this Live View backpack. It molds together different connections so that you have a stronger overall connection. It's more expensive, but you can connect it to a bigger body camera. So the overall price is gonna be a little bit higher, but it's going to be worth it. Now, if you're a big streamer, there's no reason why you don't get this one. I don't know how new it is, because we just got it 4 months ago, but it's cracked. Like, it's prioritized data. I don't lag, basically, and it's so hard for me to lag. It's very hard, especially if you do a lot of IRLs. If you do desktop and gaming, obviously this stuff isn't required. I'm telling you, bro, I had a couple large streamers ask me yesterday whether 30,000 was a worthwhile purchase. It's your job, right? So, like, we spend money on dumber things. Ray, for example, bought a Supra for $50,000. You get what I'm saying? So if you could buy a Supra for $50,000, you could buy this bag for $30,000. Feel me? I got an apartment for absolutely no reason, just to see if I'd like it. So keep that in mind. You spend money doing dumb shit. Why not spend money investing in your business?
That's a fact, though.
I feel like we get stingy when it comes to shit like this, but then we spend bags on shit when it comes to luxurious stuff.
One thing I learned is I stopped caring about, like, the luxurious stuff. I stopped caring about the watches. Not the watches. I stopped caring about, like, the cars, the clothes, the shoes, the jewelry. I never was into, like, jewelry or any of that shit, but, like, I was really high into, like, fashion and clothes. And now, like, if you go in my closet, my shit weak, because I stopped spending my money on stuff and I started investing all that shit into my business. And that was probably, like, one of the best things I could have done, honestly. So just a tip for you, if that is something you want to do, like, I would definitely say invest it into that before you invest it into cars and clothes. Because at the end of the day, nobody gives a fuck about what you're wearing, bro. Like, honestly, nobody cares. It's cool to look nice, but nobody gives a fuck, bro.
Louis Vuitton, this, that, the third. This is what's important. Just remember that. All right, let's talk Twitch discovery. Who here streams on Twitch? Okay, we know Twitch has no discovery. It's unfortunate. It's really challenging to get new people to see your content. Unless they're browsing on the huge tab of thousands of other streamers in your category, and then why pick yours? You can't put a thumbnail up there. It's very hard to get noticed. So it truly is non-existent. The way people get discovered on Twitch is through other platforms. if you're big on YouTube, especially if you're big on TikTok. Do we have anyone whose primary platform is TikTok?
Bro, I can't fuck with TikTok, bro. I don't know why. I've tried it. I don't know if I didn't do it the right way, but whatever it is, I just can't dig it, bro. I don't know why.
This is your opportunity. TikTok is the best way for new people to see your face. You're going to transfer those people over to your stream. So followers per hour is the only kind of relevant metric I've seen on Twitch. So just remember, like, you want people to follow. It's not a pointless metric. It's not an empty number. It's the only kind of relevant metric. I don't know how true it is because obviously I'm not an engineer, but many people have said that's how you end up right over here. If Twitch noticed a lot of new people is following your channel, they're way more likely, even if you're not being followed, to put you on the list of people over here, which means there's a form of discovery, even though it's very challenging, that exists. I would say like collabing, meeting people and stuff like that is super, super essential. This is as good as it gets, unfortunately. Maybe that changes one day, not right now. YouTube discovery. This is where the opportunity lies, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be honest with you. This really, you could do 10 classes on this and not completely tell the whole story. So it's not, I'm gonna be summarizing a lot, but watch time is king. I'm gonna give you some examples. So 2 recent videos I uploaded to my channel, most expensive Pokemon card opening. This is what I would call a low appeal video, right? Even the thumbnail kind of insinuates that it's a reaction more than
Sorry, Chad. Sorry, Chad.
actual
I'm over here trying to say
opening.
some high keys.
Like, people are getting a quick snapshot. You're one of 50 videos on a page. You're competing for everybody's attention. They could only click one video. This one didn't perform all that well. It did 57,000 views. This one, on the other hand, my reactions tend to do really well. Part of YouTube is understanding your audience. Something that does well for me might not do well for Ash. It might do differently for the next person. So you have to understand what your audience likes. If you're not going back to see what performed well, you actually don't care about growing. I'm being honest. If you don't go in your analytics every few days to see how your video's been performing, any adjustments you need to make, you don't care about growing, you just want to grow. What's that?
How you feel about like channel managers? Like,
It could work, especially if they have experience, but some channel managers are managing 8 channels, then it's like a priority issue, and also you just have to make sure they have experience.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like, I'm not gonna lie. Watching those analytics starting out could be very stressful. Like me growing my YouTube channel, I definitely see growth, 100%, like 100%. It's 100% growth, and just learning the analytics is kind of stressful because you don't know what those graphs mean, you don't know what those charts mean. But I think he proves a really good point in explaining like what the charts mean and like how important they are into like what he said, like if you don't watch your analytics, you don't really want to grow. Because like every night, almost every night, I'm looking at my analytics like, okay, what could I do better for the next video to make it even better than the video right here? So it's like I've been studying that, and I feel like that's been helping a lot into coming up with even more creative ideas for the next video. So that's just the pinpoint that I want to pin down, that I commend him on that for even doing that.
I think understanding appeal is super important. This is gonna sound a little harsh, but I want you to take this in a positive way. People don't really care. Even the way you consume content, people don't really care. Getting people to care is challenging. Getting people to care about you is challenging. Getting people to care about your idea is challenging. You have to create appeal. Streamer University has been getting marketed for like 5 months. He's been talking about this for 5 months. He's been giving us updates for 5 months. He's been hyping it up for 5 months. So when Streamer University happens, extreme appeal. The actual execution of it increased the appeal even
And
more.
that's something I gotta
in comparison
learn
to an idea.
And that's something I gotta learn how to do better, is like as far as just promoting my streams better, my IRL streams better. Like I want to start making flyers. That's a good thing to do. Like if you have the super creative idea, like try to plan it out months ahead. That way you can promote it the right way and try to get and maximize the views that you get on it. And that's something I'm learning on this journey too. So I appreciate him saying that, because that really just opened my eyes. Because just a quick story time, I'm going to Miami in like 2 weeks, so I'm going to make a flyer probably tonight. If not tonight, probably tomorrow night, and I'm just going to start flooding my stories with it, flooding my pages with it, just to when I do that IRL stream, everybody would know, okay, he's actually doing it. Let's check it out and see what it's actually about. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
idea that flops. Understanding your audience, putting yourself in the shoes of your audience is essential to getting a good idea of what's gonna work. It's easy to find a crossover between what you like and what your audience likes. So many times I see people, oh, I don't wanna do that. And what? Nigga, I was uploading my GM videos for 4 years. Do you think that's the only thing I wanted to do? But that's what my audience needed at the time. I was able to make a pivot, there's strategy to that, into more general genres until I got a chance to just be as variety as possible.
I ain't gonna lie, cause that's one thing too. Like that's another thing that I wanna kind of talk about too. Is I be wanting to make most of the fire content. Like I be looking at all these other streamers and I be like, damn, I want to do some shit like that. Not understanding that my audience may be different from their audience. Like for example, my partners, right? I'm more of like a family guy. So like a lot of my content is like around based off like just hanging out with my kids, hanging out with my wife, and going on trips, going on vacations, doing different things, different activities together. Their content is more like for example, Mod, one of my partner's name is Mod. He's a single guy, so he live a single life. So a lot of his content is with females. I can't do the same content that he do. So it's like you just have to understand who your audience is, and you have to give them what they want and not always what you want. I'm not saying sometimes you don't have to do what you want to do, but majority of the time it's like you have to please your audience, and that's something I'm learning too. So I'm really just trying to flood out a lot of family content.
All right, so I'm gonna show you guys some numbers just to give you an idea. This was my Pokemon pack opening. If you don't know, if you're not very familiar with these graphs, you don't care. And I don't mean that to be mean.
We literally just talked about this, y'all. Literally just talked about this. If you're not really understanding, if you're not really studying your analytics, you're not really trying to grow, bro. You have to look at it and see exactly what can you do to make the next video better, bro. You have to.
Kind of be in your ass a little bit. You need to be very familiar with these graphs. You should see this and immediately know what it is. You should get that comfortable. After tonight, once you're done tomorrow, you should get in these graphs. YouTube is a good discovery tool. This audience retention is not good. Now, it's not good because it's 33% can mean anything, right? It depends on the length of the video. It depends on what channel it's uploaded to. It depends on the norms of that genre. There's a lot of variables. But for me and my channel, 33% is not good. Huge drop off. You can see like 30% of people left in the first 10 seconds of this. That means that the video is likely to perform bad because if people leave early, less watch time. Watch time is king. And then the other thumbnail you've seen, this was the reaction video. A lot lower lift. Keep in mind, the Pokemon video cost $1,000 to open the packs, right? This video was free. I was reacting to a license being interviewed by Brandon Buckingham. This video is there's always gonna be some drops, but you see how it holds?
That motherfucker.
So the audience retention a lot stronger, 43%. Average view duration, 20 minutes on a, I think like 46-minute video. To me, that's a good audience retention. This was one of the higher performing reactions on my channel. This was uploaded 3 days ago. I think it already has like 300,000 views. I see another hand.
I ain't gonna lie, I really appreciate Agent for doing this. Not too many niggas will post shit like this on their YouTube channel and just give out free game like this. Like, if you watching this video, bro, I feel like you have a, like, I ain't gonna lie. If you watching this video, I feel like you have a really you are really like trying to lock in with this content shit, and I commend you for that because you actually stepping out and you trying to figure out and you actually a student of the game and trying to learn it. So like if you watching this video, I commend you for that, bro, because not too many niggas will just sit here and watch it like this. A lot of niggas. If my wife was to come in this bitch, she'll be like, damn, what the fuck is this? Like, you're a nerd, but like not understanding that like. That's what you have to do to get to where you want to be. And it's not even about the money for me. It's really just about putting out the best content, honestly, y'all. I'm just learning a lot of shit watching these videos.
We could talk about that. The strategy to that is super complicated. The best thing you can do if you want to do different type of content is to see what everyone else did. Let me give you an example. Back when I was making my GM content, if you guys know what my GM is, it's a game mode on NBA 2K. It's super niche. It's the one where you manage different teams and trade players and stuff, right? The only person that was able to pivot at that time out of that community and do park stuff, because the community for the park content, you know what park is? Yeah. That community was way bigger, was a streamer, a content creator named Lost and Unbound. I studied everything the nigga did. Every video to the T. I watched everything he did to learn how he went from my GM to park. And I did it. So I was able to do the same thing. So part of it is just studying. There's people that have done it before you. The likelihood that you're the first one to do it is very low. So you should be researching what other people around you are doing. So this was the watch time a few months ago on the channel when it wasn't performing all that well. Sorry, this is not the pocket watching class. We blocked the revenue. So the watch time is 3.3 million. When you see that number, the first question you should ask is, how do I get that number up? To get people to watch longer videos, that's one strategy. Can you think of another strategy? Scum? Correct. Do more, higher frequency. Part of strategy is also uploading more. This is a clip channel. The more I upload, the higher the watch time. The higher the watch time. So this is the number you really want to spend a lot of time focusing on.
Watch time is a
we made a
motherfucker.
lot of changes to the channel to optimize the content. And in a month's time, the watch time is looking.
Y'all, and I'm gonna show y'all this. I'm gonna just throw this out here real quick, just so I can show y'all. This just gonna be I don't want y'all laughing at me on some real shit, because I really just started locking in. I just started locking in. But if you look at it, bro, my watch time is 38.1, which is fucking ass. I'm not even monetized yet, y'all. I'm literally not even monetized yet. And this is the last 28 days. I promise you, I've been dropping consistently. My views are ass, but it's not about the views. It's about dropping consistently and getting your name out there so YouTube could put you in the algorithm. Anyways, my watch time is 38 hours. I guarantee you. I'm not going to say I guarantee you, because I don't know what can happen. But this is what I'm saying. We're going to visit this back in a month and see where it's at. That's all I'm saying. And I'm praying that it's growing. I pray that it's growing. And I know it's going to grow, because I'm going to keep dropping. So it has
Looking
to
like
grow.
this. The average views per video is up significantly. The audience retention is up significantly. People are caring about the content a lot more. So I'm showing you to say 3.3 to 3.8 is not going to blow nobody's socks off. But it was $20,000 more. You get what I mean? So like, don't think about it like, oh, it's a marginal improvement. It's a very, very big improvement. It's a very big improvement. If you can make those month over month, imagine where you will be in a year.
Yeah, that's facts. 20,000 a lot of money. I don't know about y'all, but 20,000 a lot of money to
We
me.
uploaded more. We started doing recaps in the videos that were way higher appeal. So this is a whole different ballpark of trying to retain
And
people.
that's what I'm saying. You have to go back and watch the videos and see what made this video stand out more than this video. When you start doing that, you're starting to study your content, and that's what's going to take you to the next level. And that's what he's saying.
Once they click on
And
the
that's
video,
what I'm learning.
we
I'm
just made the
doing it,
videos
and it's
way more
helping me,
interesting to
y'all.
watch for
Listen,
people.
y'all. Listen, this shit is helping me. That's why I'm telling y'all. I've been studying this nigga, and his shit's actually been working. You have to lock in. If you're not studying your content, you're not gonna grow. Simple, bro.
That watch the content and for people that don't know me and just watching for the first time. We also focus more on converting subscribers for people that watch. We did that with the outro, and we did that with lower thirds, and we did that with better overall audience retention in the video. So that's a whole nother talk, but there's a lot of strategy that goes into that as well. Right now, when it comes to creating content, TikTok is king. The only reason people don't think this is because you can't make that much money off TikTok, which is true. But you don't need to make that much money off TikTok. You need people to learn who you are on TikTok, right? You're gonna funnel those people to the platforms you can make money, YouTube and Twitch. The larger you can get on TikTok, the easier it's gonna be for you to tell your audience to go to other platforms. One content creator I want y'all to study is Jinxie. Jinxie posts on TikTok all the time, and he finds sneaky ways to mention his stream or tell people to go to his stream in the middle of his shit all the time. Look for it. Like, don't see it as a viewer, see it as a content creator trying to learn. He is one of the best strategists. I don't even know if he does it strategically. He might just be doing it because he enjoys it, but he'll do like funny motivational stuff on TikTok. He'll go play golf for funny shit on TikTok. He'll do content, and he'll mix in a reminder to go to where he wants them, his stream. I also mean TikTok is king because TikTok Live is now very, very powerful. If you say nigga, you will be blacklisted. If you don't say nigga, you should be streaming on TikTok the same time you stream on Twitch every single time.
Damn,
I'm being
for
serious.
real?
So all my people that don't
See,
say nigga, put your hand.
I didn't even know that. Streaming on TikTok the same time you stream on Twitch. Okay.
Hands up.
Okay.
Yes, if they say
gonna have to
nigga,
lock in on that.
the
That's one thing I
TikTok
don't
is
do.
gonna see that as hate speech, and your account will get shadow banned. It'll get guaranteed. So the reason I didn't, just so you ask, you might be wondering why I didn't mention YouTube. If you deal in copyrighted stuff, you react to sports, you react to music, you play games that have music, and you can't turn it off, streaming on YouTube becomes a lot more challenging. If your content's simpler, if you're a gamer in here and most of your content is gaming, can I see some hands? All right, y'all opportunity is on YouTube. I should mention that. Co-streaming on YouTube is big because YouTube has discovery for the live and it has good monetization. There's a good video I'm gonna recommend y'all. Moist Critical uploaded showing the revenue difference between YouTube and Twitch. You can stand to make a lot more on YouTube if your content can fit what that platform wants. For me, it doesn't, so I don't know that much about it.
I ain't worried about YouTube. I ain't gonna lie, because I be listening to music.
So I stream on YouTube, I stream on Twitch, I post on YouTube, but none of my Twitch streams become YouTube stuff, so I'm in a live channel like you're talking about.
Yep.
And it makes way more than my Twitch, like 5 times.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That might change the more your ads go up on Twitch. The more your ads go up on Twitch, it might be the case that your Twitch will make more than YouTube, but it depends on the streamer. Hold on, let's make it through a little bit more of the class before we answer questions. Ideas.
This. Okay. Let me sit down for a second. Now preach. Listen, this is one of my most difficult things right now is ideas, bro. I am having such a hard time coming up with ideas and trying to figure out what kind of videos I want to do. If y'all I can't even, man. I wish I want to move this webcam, but I can't move this webcam because it's hard to put it back in the same spot. But I have a. Well, you can see this chalkboard right. Well, you can see this dry erase board right here. Right here. This dry erase board right here, y'all. When I tell y'all I'm writing so many different ideas, I got like 5 different video ideas I put on there right now. But this is the hardest thing. It's coming up with the freaking ideas, bro, and actually executing that shit, bro. But you have to do it, and I'm trying to do my best with trying to do that and accomplish that, y'all, on some real shit. Now, let me take a second. Now preach.
It's in the nicest way possible. If you're struggling with ideas, you're gonna have a very tough time being a content creator. You guys are all very creative. Just because, nigga, I spend 3 times a week brainstorming ideas for hours. I have my strategies. Personally, I like to go on drives and play the Brand Food playlist on Spotify. Sometimes I'll lay in my bed, do my Wim Hof breathing strategies, and just brainstorm. It really depends on what you're into. Like, I have my preferences. You should be brainstorming all the time. I mean, all the time. At night, after every stream, me and my team talk. We talk ideas, we talk what's tomorrow, we talk what's next week. You should be brainstorming so much you have thousands of ideas. I'm not exaggerating. I leave my ideas on a notes, and then on each of my notes, I'll have like, oh, Saturday, I'm opening Pokemons, I got reacts, and then I'm working on the backyard. We're doing some construction to the backyard. Sunday, we were supposed to bury a TV with Ray, and then we mounted Ray's TV. Monday, we got a slow-mo cam coming to the house, we got confessions, we got whatever. So this is what I do. So if you guys watch Kai's streams, you know he has a big whiteboard. He likes to put his ideas on a whiteboard. I'm saying that to say, you could have whatever strategy you fucking want, it just depends on you, but make sure it works for you. You're gonna have an idea and the next person's gonna do it before you. That's tough, it happens. That's tough, it happens. So when you have ideas and you're passionate about it, jump on the idea, man. Don't wait so long before jumping on the idea. There's so many content creators that might jump to it before you, and you should be the first.
How do you get the creative drive to come up with an idea?
You should just always be doing it. You don't even need to feel creatively inspired. You should be like, oh, damn, at 10, I'm brainstorming, you know? For me personally, I like brainstorming with people. Sometimes I'll invite Caleb and Chris into the room and they don't talk, I just yap. And eventually my yap will trigger an idea from them, or I'll come up with an idea. That's actually the #1 way I come up with ideas. That's how I came up with the Pokemon Go Marathon, which I'm doing in a few weeks. I'm really excited for. So yeah, very excited for that. So I'm saying that to say you can come up with whatever. You can have an app that helps you organize shit if you want to. For me, my phone is easy, it's accessible. This is what I do. I'm gonna show you guys some examples of streamers, just so you guys can do the same when you go home. Queso is amazing, bro. Queso started on TikTok. He blew up on NBA 2K content. His personality was so vibrant, his character was so appealing that he was quickly able to transition that to streaming. He took that TikTok audience, as we were talking about, and he was able to transition it into streaming. And then he was able to take that streaming audience and transition that to the YouTube. He uploads every day, 600K, 800K, 600K. He's crushing it. If he's not making like $1 million a month, I don't know who the fuck is, bro. But you wouldn't think it though.
Damn,
because
bro.
Sometimes he's not.
Yo, that shit, man. That shit crazy, bro. Them niggas getting bread, bro. Like, on some real shit. Like, bro, that shit just, like, I gotta go harder. I gotta lock in. I gotta go harder, bro. I'm not going hard. I just gotta go harder. Simple. But I'm not even gonna talk. I gotta go harder, bro.
And drama all the time.
Damn,
if you don't watch a lot of gaming content, if you're a gamer and you're not watching what Queso's doing, you're not trying. I mean that with the bottom of my heart. He is operating at such a high level, and he does it so genuinely, bro. I watch his streams all the time, sometimes to learn, sometimes because he's hilarious. I also want to say something that's kind of important here. And it's like, it's something that a lot of people wouldn't consider a science, but it's his face card. Do you see the thumbnails?
Yes.
You could spot this nigga face from anywhere. You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
He puts his face on everything. It's so much easier for him. Maybe like his face is easily visible in every thumbnail. If you're on TikTok and you see his face, you know that's Queso. People seeing your face and that meaning something to them is very important. When they see Ash face and they know, oh, he does this type of content, what do you want to be known for? Your face should immediately translate to the general audience as something you want to be known for. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes you're not in control of that. All right, Canel, this is a little bit of a alternate pick. Canel did something really interesting most people didn't realize. This is his second channel, Eugene Dingleberry, okay? Most people grow their Twitch on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, on Instagram Reels, the short form. He's growing it through YouTube, which is very, very interesting. He's pulling hundreds of thousands views per video on stream clips on his second channel that he's trying to convert over to the Twitch. I think this mode is a little less efficient than TikTok. That's why I think TikTok's king, but it's another way to do it. If you're primary on YouTube, the opportunity's there too. Any platform with discovery means you could be discovered, but then you could also have the power to send them in different directions, different platforms, stuff like that. Canel did a really good job.
See,
I feel like
notice one thing. Notice one thing, and this is something I have to learn. They never mention Instagram. They never mention Twitter or X. And they rarely ever mention Facebook. So I think the top 3 ones, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, bro. So that goes to tell me, still post on Instagram, but I got to take TikTok more serious. I have to take TikTok more serious, bro. I have to. So, yeah. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to focus more on TikTok, and I'm going to start trying to really push out some I think I'm really sleeping on TikTok, so I'm gonna start pushing that out a lot more.
Very underrated content creator, and he's the one. I really wish he made it here because I feel like he's one of the people that his content is way better than what people are currently giving him credit for. So shout out to Canel. Ludwig. Ludwig is a really, really interesting case. I was just in a tournament with Ludwig, and he drafted the worst possible team. We got fucking skunked 2 days ago. But he's a great guy, though. He does YouTube-focused streams. He'll spark his stream, mid-stream, start a YouTube video. Hey guys, welcome to YouTube video. Today this is a generic intro. His is gonna be a lot more optimized, but you see the thumbnail. Every part of this thumbnail is by design. This nigga is a master of packaging. He's a master of titling, he's a master of thumbnail, and he does a great job at cross-pollinating his YouTube and his Twitch. He had a YouTube deal for a while where he streamed on YouTube exclusively, and now he co-streams. So he's an example of somebody, including Jinxie, that co-streams, right?
Do you think my content is brain rot?
Say it again?
Do you think my content is brain rot?
Is your content brain rot? A little bit, yeah. Yeah. I really recommend you guys watch Ludwig because I think he's very intelligent. And he's a very good entertainer, bro. He understands the art of entertaining. He does a great job of putting together high appeal events that bring a lot of attention to him, and he challenges himself to a lot of marathons and interesting content. He has a very unique community, and it's hard to find communities like that. If you guys haven't already, please take a look at Ludwig's channel. He's one to study. He's one person you're gonna want to study. Viewers POV, this is important because as a content creator, sometimes you're so caught up in what you want and your passions that you sometimes lose sight of what people want. So just because you want to do something doesn't mean it's the right thing to do, right? If you guys play game shit, can we get some hands in the sky? You stream games at all? All right, what type of games do y'all stream? Scum?
Horror games, sports, wagers,
Yep.
stuff like that.
What type of games do you stream?
Like shooters.
Shooters?
Like, Overwatch, Marvel Rivals.
Okay, so let's do an example here. If you switched it up and played League of Legends because you wanted to, that's your right as a streamer. But it's their right to not give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? So you could do it. Some people don't care. They'll do whatever they want. But in terms of good strategy, think about your audience. Like, they're gonna be like, damn, they watch because it's you, some of them. But it's like, nigga, I know I don't want to watch League of Legends. You know, even if it's my favorite person doing it. So just understand, put yourself in your viewers, your average viewer's POV.
Well, I do have a question because I actually have been moving away from that after doing the same thing for like 2 years now. So I'm glad that you said that. What do you think is like the best way to like transition your old community into something new? Just to like.
It depends on what the new thing is and how different it is from what you're currently doing.
Okay.
You know, like if you're a COD person, transitioning to GTA 6 when it comes out will be pretty easy. They're both really casual games that casual gamers play. But if you're a COD person transitioning to fucking NBA, actually 2K might not be too bad neither because a lot of 2K players play COD. FIFA, then you're gonna lose some people. So just understand where your audience is. Even for my agency, I love y'all niggas, but there's certain games y'all not gonna watch me play, bro. Friends, this is very important. My mom used to tell me this all the time, and I took it for granted, and now it's honestly the most true thing I've ever heard. Yo, bro, if you're around a bunch of losers, you're gonna lose. I don't know how else to explain it. Dead ass. You're gonna leave here, you're gonna go back to whatever city you're from, and you're gonna be around people. If those people aren't on the same pursuit as you, they don't have to be streamers. I mean, like, taking life serious. Like, if they're not trying to try, bro, you will match that energy, I'm telling you. And operators, people that are winning, don't want to be around that. You are actively repelling away the energy that you're trying to attract. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Facts.
Back when I wasn't making any money off streaming YouTube, nothing, 7 years I did this, $0, bro. Out of love, I just enjoyed it. I would still be doing it, obviously part-time, but out of love if I wasn't here with this opportunity. But I had friends. We used to get on Skype, RIP Skype in the chat. RIP Skype. We used to be on Skype. We used to talk to each other every day. Every day we would hop in a Skype call, I would mute and say, yo, I'm about to record a video. Boom, I record a video, I'll come back to the Skype call, play 2K with the guys, grind my players, shit like that. I was a 2K content creator. I was in my bag with people that was in their bag. You get what I'm saying? You could be around whoever you want to, bro, but you'll go in whatever direction they're going in. So make sure you want to go where they're going, bro. Okay, I want to do something special, all right? So some brands, I did a sponsorship in my pocket watching class with Webull, and they loved it. But then other brands saw that, and they were like, bro, how can we get involved?
Okay, I'm just gonna end it right there because I think they're about to just like do like a project or something. But y'all, if y'all stayed and actually watched this video, comment what you think below. I feel like a lot of knowledge he was dropping a lot of gems in this video, and if you haven't watched the first video is just as good as the second one. Agent, if you ever see this video, bro, you did a very, very, very good job with just explaining it and breaking it down for people like me, smaller content creators, smaller streamers who's really trying to get out there and trying to grow, to show me the path and the steps and the things to look for to get to the level that I'm trying to get to. So I appreciate you, Agent, bro. And y'all, this is my first video on this channel. I'm gonna be doing a lot of different live streams. So actually tomorrow I'm gonna do an IRL stream with taking my daughter to the store, and whatever she touches she buys. So y'all stay tuned for that. But just like, comment, and subscribe for me, y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.
And help some